It's just 1 month. Irish hopes will be resting on the athletes to bring home gold from the Paris Olympics.
No pressure after the Euros. So much pressure after the Euros.
After
Joining us to discuss who will be in contention is Virgin Media Sports presenter Will Dalton. Good morning, Will.
Hey, Will.
Good morning.
And I actually got stupidly excited about this in the meeting yesterday because we're going to be able to watch it now.
Yeah.
For on Virgin Media.
On the Virgin Media television platform, there will be 9 Eurosport channels dedicated to the Olympics. So you're not going to miss out, because I don't know if you've looked at the schedule yet, right? There is so many sports across the, 2.5, 3 weeks or so. But and you always miss out on something. There's something you want to watch, but now you won't. 9 channels.
9 channels.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah,
It is.
actually perfect for Irish viewers as well, because
Eurosport.
there's so much going on. I can become a favourite in the show jumping. I'm going to know everything that's going on
Hurling.
in every sport.
I think we're all going to be taking
That's
holidays.
Winter
Winter,
Olympics.
that's winter, sorry.
Brush, put that
It's
back.
all going to be, that
Right.
was a terrible cartwheel.
Athletics, so, because we're all swept away in the success of the Irish athletes and the athletics over the Europeans. Who can we really look out for that could really genuinely contend at the top?
Well, to start with, there's still more to come, because the national championships are this weekend, so there's still some athletes hoping to qualify.
Oh my
but of
God.
course, our big hopes are pinned on Rhasidat Adeleke, I think. She is the superstar, still waiting to blossom, I must add.
They're still young.
She is. She's only 21. So, she's still learning the 400 metres as well. She'll openly admit this whole race dynamic is still quite new to her, and putting together the perfect race. So there's still lots more to
run
come
as fast as you can for 400 metres.
You would think that, Tommy. Maybe that's what you did on the wing for rugby. You just put the head down.
Didn't work out too well.
What's this?
But do you think Rhasidat actually could medal? Like, is she right?
Yeah. Sydney McLaughlin, who's the American who's run the fastest in the 400 this year, is not running in that. She's running in the hurdles, the 400 metre hurdles. 𝐓𝐶 𝐤𝐿, I think, is running in the 400 metre hurdles as well.
Yeah, she's decided hurdles.
So that's 2 big rivals gone. She obviously will have her Polish rival who beat her in Rome to come back up. But, she'll have the measure of her now, I think, as well.
But it's funny, as you say, we're sitting there going, Rhasidat is 21 years old.
Yeah.
But we speak about her in such different ways than we would to say �Nicola Tuttle, who was, who's our field hopeful. She's 20 years old, but we do talk of her as being very young. We look at Rhasidat because she's just so... She's so measured.
Yeah,
Do you know
completely.
what I mean? She's so fantastic. Like,
but it's
just
great,
seems
even though
older.
you mentioned Nicola. I spoke to Nicola yesterday at Morton Stadium with that interview coming later on in the week. And again, she's so bright and just so happy to be where she is. And she's another
fantastic.
brilliant talent who maybe this game's might be a bit too early, but definitely LA, in the hammer as well. And that's going to set a new range of hammer throwers all around the country. You might even be taking out a hammer.
What about
I did that in the North Munster Championship.
𝐤𝐸 �McGeehan? She's another one who was 4th in the World Championships, and really thinks after her performance as well, she could be right up there.
Yeah, completely. Look, she's going to be in against the Africans, the Ethiopians led by 𝐵𝐻𝐻 and 𝐓𝐡𝐞 𝐎𝐥𝐲𝐦𝐩, of course, is the World Championship. She's on another level. Kira's going to have to find something special. But when you look at times, Olympic races aren't really about times, they're more about tactics. So if Kira can pull it all together, and we know she has, and she's done it in the past, watch this space.
Because that's the thing, that you would think her competitors are now looking at her, because it was just so brilliantly done at the Europeans, like how she waited for her space, how she moved into that space.
Yeah.
That you're like, she's outthinking them.
They know she's a danger.
Yeah.
And she's a bit of a wild card in the Mavericks. So, they're the favourites. The pressure will be on them. Kira will go in, and she just loves that atmosphere.
Exactly, you could see that, and she's relishing it. And it looks like she's just timing it so well. You have the mixed and the women's 4x400 metre relays, which of course we saw the success of those at the Europeans. Let's go to gymnastics. Rhys McLennan, he's another one who was at the last Olympics. It just didn't go well for him. But he's now back-to-back gold medals in the World Championships in 2022 and 2023.
Yeah, the confidence is there now. And I think he's coming to that age. He's 23, 24.
Yeah.
7th in Tokyo. And you got to remember, Tokyo was a completely different games. I was there, and in comparison to Rio then as well, Rio was all party central. And that's kind of what the Olympics is. When you go to the city, it brings that carnival atmosphere. So Rhys will have to adapt to that. Look, he's performed in front of big crowds, the Europeans and the Worlds, as we said. But the Olympics is a slightly different kettle of fish. But he will take confidence from those medals. 3-time European champion as well. So
is Max Whitlock his biggest competitor still?
He's definitely one of them, and I think this is going to be Max last games. Of course, he broke onto the scene in London 2012.
Yeah.
He was kind of the darling of Team GB. So he'll be one of the competitors. But yeah, I think it's definitely there for Rhys.
He's fantastic.
Yeah, he is.
Really is. He's just got such a way about him. We've got to move on to the Whiffen brothers, but Daniel Whiffen moving into the pool now.
The Whiff.
The Whiff. That's well done, you.
The world record.
Do we have... How's he looking? Because, my God, it feels like he's come out of nowhere.
World record.
Well,
holder.
we talk about people blossoming and Rhasidat not being maybe quite there yet. Daniel certainly has blossomed. We go back to the Europeans late last year. The 400, the 800, the 1500 metre freestyle, broke the 800 metre world record. Then moves into Doha, claims the world championship as well. This guy has just come into his fore. He's in the prime now, you would say, of his swimming career, but probably still more to come. And I don't know if you remember that shot, the image of that final, where it was the wide shot, and it was like he was in the pool on his own. He was that far ahead.
It's actually incredible to think an Irish swimmer is that far ahead of the rest of the world. So
it is.
We're so excited for him. One thing he won't be doing is swimming in the River Seine in Paris. Will anybody be swimming in the River Seine? What's going on there?
So the Parisians wanted to kind of mix the games up a bit. The opening ceremony, which has always taken place in the stadium, is going to be on the River Seine, and also is the long course swimming as well, the outdoor swim. Now, they've spent over €1 billion trying to clean the Seine, and tests have proven it's not done much good. President Macron said he was going to swim it.
Yes.
He's decided to postpone that, probably quite wisely for now.
Well, the mayor gave the date that she was going to jump in and swim in the Seine, and then the Parisians struck back by saying that they were all going to take a poo in it.
But what do they have to do? Is there an event in the...
Yeah, the long course swimming, which they usually do somewhere close. And
So what will they do if they can't swim in that?
I would say there would be a backup venue. I think they're being very quiet about it right now. The Olympics don't really like to change their plans. We've had things before in the past. I remember in Rio, there was the whole thing about the Zika virus, if we remember that. Then Tokyo was obviously about, COVID and different things. They had to pivot on that. They won't want to, but surely you have to put the athletes' health and safety.
Did you just say the public were going to take a poo in the water?
There was a campaign online, and it was like,
the public were going to poo in the water.
Yes, the day that the mayor was
going to swim,
overspending
€1 billion.
Overspending €1 billion on it, when they're like, there's an environmental disaster here, we need more than this, and it shouldn't just be for the Olympics. It was, the French took it to the nth degree. It was fascinating to watch. As they do. Thank you so much.
Pleasure, guys. Pleasure.
Great to have you. It's exciting, isn't it? Wow,
Can't wait.
So exciting.